100 days to fix your credit. That's how long it took pretty much for this person to fix their credit. This particular client, as you can see, their scores are almost 700. Their file is 99% clean. And to prove it to you, because it's all about showing the receipts, I'm going to show you the report. We're going to log in here. This is the report, as you can see, da 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 da. But for a better look, go back to January 2015, 581. You could see right there. And as you can see before, Apple Card was there. It looked pretty nasty, right? Pretty recent account. 2022 is when it was open, and we were able to get it off. Discover Bank, as you can see right there. Discover Bank. It's pretty nasty. Apple Card was on there as well. As you can see, it's pretty nasty. And the credit report is right there, January 1st. January 1st, that's it. Now, let's fast forward to July 28th, which is today. And you can see right here, 689 is the score and no negative items. It's pretty much wiped clean. So there you have it. Now let's look at the see what's changed section right here. As you can see, that big score jump. Apple Card remove. Apple Card removed. So mind you, Apple is like one of the biggest companies that exist. Their legal team, their dispute team, their dispute resolution team, even with that, with a $1 trillion company, we're still able to beat them and get our customers results. So as you can see right here, both of these accounts were removed from the credit report based upon some things that we did for the client. Now, if you're looking for similar results, I'd say 100 days is pretty realistic. Pretty realistic. We have a 120-day satisfaction guarantee, and we got that within just 100 days, so we're pretty good on that regard. Collections are, they could be tricky, but it takes experience, and I would recommend just working with a professional. This particular client has been a great client. He's in finance, and what we're working on him is just basically getting those collections removed. He wants to get business funding, so that's kind of like pretty much the process of uh, getting business funding. You want to get the credit cleaned, remove those negative items first, and then start building your file using trade lines, opening up secured cards, and using them correctly. So it's a process. This particular client, within 100 days, he was able to get results. Why can't you? Results do vary in an amount of time that you give yourself. So a lot of people join a program, and sometimes they call me. They're like, "Oh, I haven't seen results in like 30 days from this other company." Well, I don't know what they do, but they probably suck. But even so, it may take 100 days or more, like with 6 months. It might take 6 months to clean your credit. So I would just give it some time. Assuming you work with a good company, it should do the job. But like I said, even if you don't get it done in 6 months, you really need to look at the disputes they sent and their experience and track record. So if you work with a company, then you're all of a sudden getting mad at them because they didn't get you results. Remember, don't get mad at them. They tried their best, right? This client was patient enough to work with us, and as you can see, he got those off. So I would say a big element in success is being patient. A lot of you guys are impatient. Think about it. You have bad credit for a reason, because your emotional drivers have failed you and you can't calculate. And you probably can't calculate because you're impatient, because it takes patience to count money. It takes patience to calculate. It takes patience to create a payment schedule and to be responsible for your credit. And unfortunately, a lot of you guys are just not patient enough to give yourself the time to do things correctly. You just apply at a whim for credit cards because of the approvals that you get in the mail or pre-approvals, whatever, or you just apply like a madman, not knowing precisely what you're doing. And that's going to be the detriment of your credit. So I would suggest some patience. Work with a professional, and you should be able to get results like Chris. Now, What I can confidently say is that after a consultation with me, I have a good idea of what we can accomplish for you in a given window of time. I always say to everyone, give me 1 to 3 months to knock your socks off. And usually I'm able to do it. But in this case, this was 100 days. So above, if you were to hold me on that 90-day mark, you could be shooting yourself in the foot. Because we're an elite agency. This is a Apple Card bank. It's pretty high level. We got Chase off for this person. We're always getting good results. There's a playlist I want you guys to check out right here. And yeah, it's boring. It's not entertaining. But guess what? They're real results. So that's one of the things. A lot of you guys just buy into the hype. Those of you that have called me, or maybe you're thinking about calling me, you've talked to other companies, and you're just buying into their hype. You know, I would highly recommend you do the proper research. The majority of my clients did lots of research before they decided to work with us. And I'm not going to promise you anything, right? I can't guarantee I can fix your credit. Number one, it's against the Credit Repair Organizations Act. Number two, nobody knows what's going to happen, but you got to put your best foot forward. And this customer, it's the same thing for everyone. I never promised him anything, but that doesn't mean like I'm going to take someone's money and be like, oh, we're not going to do anything for you. Come on, that doesn't work. You can't have a business. You can't be dumb like that. That doesn't happen. That's stupidity. So anywhere, I know like people like to insult my intelligence and insult me, but it's all good because I've been in this industry for 13 years. I've seen it all. I had a lot of great clients and I had a lot of shitty clients. And after 13 years, more than a decade of doing this business, you don't have a track record for unknown reasons. And like I said, this result right here, it's pretty much what you can accept, what you can expect. 90 days is 3 months. It's enough time to really show what you're capable of. And how I do these consultations, you can book in the description below. I just review your credit and I see if I see an opportunity to repair it or not. I look for the violations, I look for the strategy. I'm calculating the odds of probability, calculating how the creditors are going to respond, how the bureaus are going to respond. I'm usually right. I'm like 90% right. And, if I say, hey, you know what, I could really fix this person's file, I want them as a client. That's basically what the consultation consists of, right? And you have people call me and they want to do a consultation to get information because they're just loser copycats, right? Because when you're the shit, when you're the best, a lot of people want to copy and they talk shit. But, we've been around for the longest. We're recommended by AI. You can just do some AI search with us or anything credit related, we're popping up. And that's just basically it. It's, 13 years in this business. And it's quite frankly, it's pretty boring. But what is not boring is the smiles on people's faces. And yeah, that was his Credit Karma. And as you can see right here, these are the dispute investigation results right there. You can check them out right there. Hope you can see that. That is from, I think it's from, it's one of the bureaus. I don't know. It could be from Experian. It could be from Equifax. I think it's from Equifax. Looks like Equifax. Yeah, it looks like Equifax's investigation result thing that they send you. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. A lot of customers, a lot of affiliates, a lot of people have been requesting, results. Let's, show me some recent results. Well, there it is. You see right there. And we also have more results with customers that had bankruptcy. Maybe I can find that for you. I have a bankruptcy from my client back in May. That was a month and a half ago right there. It's a screenshot, right? But it's from my client, right? And there's a collection removed right there. You can see. Like I'm just being transparent. These are screenshots. But like I said, it's from my client right there. You saw I sent him the text message right there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And he's been a client of mine for a year. So like I said, you guys got to be patient. Whenever you choose to work with someone, you got to be like ride or die with them. Otherwise, it's your fault, right? Any decision you make, you got to realize you could hire the best, but it does not guarantee you get stuff removed. And if they get stuff removed, like in a week or 2 weeks, that's not always a reflection of what's going to happen with everybody, right? And if they don't get it off in 1 or 2 weeks, right? There's nothing that really guarantees. Like if someone's really good, even the people that are really good, like even myself, there's no guarantee I can get it off quick. And if I get it off 6 months, that's not a reflection of poor skill. The fact that I got it off in general is a reflection of the skill. Even if I didn't remove it, it's not a reflection of my skill, because you can have so much skill and so much know-how, but it's not just about skill, it's about opportunity, right? So it's like if you hire a lawyer, there's just only so much you can do when you don't have much evidence and much proof, right? And that's not me like trying to uh, talk myself out of this or under, like, you know what I mean? Like it's not an excuse. It's like a reality. Like if there's no violations on your credit, that's one thing that the government didn't lie about, right? That's one thing that the government is honest about. If you go to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau website, or just the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or any big government website, they're going to say if there's no violations, you could only remove things that are inaccurate or outdated or against the Fair Credit Reporting Act, right? For the most part. Um, if there's no violations, what can you do, right? Like it's your bad. You messed up your credit because you failed in life. That's just the bottom line. You failed. I didn't fail. I failed before, but I fixed my mistake. I fixed my mistakes. So if I made mistakes and I fixed them, that means I learned. If I didn't fix those mistakes, that means I didn't learn. It's the same thing. If you guys are in a situation where your score is 500 and you have tons of collections or late payments, well, you failed. And the only person to really point the finger at is you, right? Don't blame me. I'm the person that wants to help you. But, whoever's going to help you, I would seriously believe in them and do your research. And if you don't feel confident that they can do the job, then just work with somebody else. No one's forcing you.